Hello, and thank you for joining us in today's video. I'm Olivia Stark, regulated Canadian immigration consultant, member of CICC and KPIC, and founder of Olivia Stark Immigration Consulting. In today's video, I would like to offer my followers my personal views and comments on the interview by Honorable Fraser, Minister of IRCC, to the Red FM radio host Harjinder Singh. Why this interview is so special is because anything that comes exclusively from IRCC and Minister of Immigration is treated with a special attention. However, there are a couple of points that I would like to kind of mention in this short video. Number one, I don't think that we've heard anything more than was in the mandate that was discussed in my previous video and all over YouTube by other immigration consultants. However, there are three points that were very interesting for me personally. And again, in this video, the opinions are my own, and feel free to disagree and comment down below. So first of all, I think it was the first time in this video that I heard the very direct question about black market LMIAs. I mean, this is out there. However, it's kind of like a bad smell. Nobody wants to talk about it, but we all know what it exists. So for those of you who are wondering what LMIA is I'm just going to give a little bit of a background. So when a Canadian employer needs to hire a worker and that worker is outside of Canada, it's not that simple for employer to do that. In order to be able to hire a foreign worker, employer needs to apply for labor market impact assessment. So basically, when employer in Canada wants to hire a worker who is outside of Canada, they need to submit an application to Employment and Social Development Canada and to demonstrate that they were unable to hire a worker inside Canada. When the permission is granted, only then they can invite the worker from outside Canada on the work permit to work for them in Canada. Now, what's been around and what's been happening is that these LMIAs are being sold at somewhere around $50,000 to workers. Why would anyone buy an LMIA at $50,000? Because work in Canada obviously is one of the factors that allows a worker to apply for permanent residency. So basically, it's the qualifying experience and it's the pathway to permanent residency. And that's the reason why there's such a demand for these LMIAs. Now, this has been going on for a very long time, and somehow the black market does exist, but nobody has been talking about it. And again, for me personally, it was the first time that I heard it in the open. What was the answer of the minister? I think it was no answer, but then again, it's my personal opinion. So the question was, how are you planning to crack down on the black market LMIAs? And the answer was, we are creating a trusted employer portal so that those who are playing by the rules are going to, it's going to be easier for them to play by the rules. Well, in my personal opinion, those who are playing by the rules, they are playing by the rules right now. Those who are playing not by the rules are not playing by the rules right now, and will continue to do so through the trusted employer portal. So basically, yes, it will be easier for employers, genuine employers who want to hire, genuinely have the need for the employees to hire the employees more directly, but it will also enable those who are not playing by the rules to continue doing what they are doing, right? So to advertise and not hire people, or give the jobs to the people they already want and have in mind, and charge whatever they are charging right now, around $50,000. So in my personal opinion, like I said, I did not see any direct answer to this question. So next question that I would like to talk about is from this interview is the question about unfairness of parents-grandparents program, that basically those of you who are familiar a little bit with the Canadian immigration system is that Canadian permanent residents and citizens can sponsor their parents and grandparents to become permanent residents in Canada. However, the system is kind of a little bit unfair because number one, it opens for a short period of time when application can be submitted. It opens for a short period of time every year, and then only very limited number of applications are selected to be invited to apply for grandparent sponsorship. And it's a lottery. Basically, it's not even on first come, first served. It's literally a lottery. Now, there's been a lot of complaints about the unfairness of the system, how not everybody, sometimes people apply but do not get invited for years. And of course, some are lucky because they just apply 1 year, they submit the application, and that year becomes the year when they're invited to apply. Now, what we did here in this interview, the answer was there's not going to be much change, and there's only limited number of those applications that will be ever allowed. It's not a secret. Parents, grandparents have never been a priority, right? The priority have always been young people who will be contributing to the economy, who will be helping and working. So I heard a very clear answer where there will be not much change. There will be no increase in parents, grandparents applications. And yes, they are trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more fair, but the demand for these sponsorships, family class sponsorships, is much greater than what Canada can accommodate. Another question that was interesting for me, and I really liked how this question was asked by the host, and also maybe possible answer, was the language requirements for people who are already in Canada. So we all know that to apply for PR, for a certain NOC code, for certain programs, there are language requirements. And for that, people need to take IELTS, CELPIP, whichever language exam, and they need to achieve certain score in order to be even eligible for a program, to apply for a program. Now, the question of the language level requirements was addressed, and the idea is that if these people who have been in Canada have been here for years, 2, 3 years, 4 years, and they have been functioning successfully without these high levels of language, do they really need to take exam and achieve such high levels of English proficiency to prove that they can function in Canada? And I think Minister agreed, and basically he said that they are looking at those lowering the language requirements for those people who are applying for PR, who have been in Canada for a period of time and have proven to be functional and successful, and basically getting on with their lives and contributing to the economy even without such high levels of English. Now, last probably question that I would like to address today is the undocumented workers. There has been a precedent in the previous years where the all undocumented workers have been a subject to an amnesty. What does it mean? It means that all those who were in Canada without proper legal documentation, working in Canada without work permits, staying in Canada without the temporary visa, so basically out of status, right? They were pardoned and they were allowed to obtain legal status in Canada. Now, in the mandate, it's already been stated that the IRCC will be looking for existing pathways to bring these people into the legalization of status. I think Sean Fraser made a very good point that if this were to happen, then people might be mistrustful to the government, and they might be afraid to kind of come out and apply for legalization of their status because they will be afraid of punishment. So, for example, currently we do have a program for construction workers in Toronto who are out of status. They can apply for PR and basically get their status legalized, but only very small number of applications have been submitted under this program. What does it mean? Does it mean that we don't have illegal workers in construction in Toronto? Absolutely not. It means that people are mistrustful. They're afraid that the moment I apply, I'm going to be deported, I'm going to be arrested and deported out of Canada, and everything will be lost. So I think that is a very good point, that if and when, let's hope when, these programs do start rolling out, I just hope that people who are currently out of status will see their opportunity and actually seize that opportunity, because these opportunities don't come around often, right? So I think that Harjinder made an amazing point, is we have this huge workforce in Canada. Sure, they're illegal, but they have been working. They have been contributing to the economy. Why not give them the status? Because they're already here. And I absolutely agree. Maybe it is the time to, acknowledge the gray elephant in the room and basically allow these people to become citizens, permanent residents and citizens in Canada, provided, of course, that. So overall, in my opinion, I did not hear much other than was in the mandate, that there are investments, that they're trying to reduce the times, that their priorities in terms of who they are looking to bring into Canada in the future years. We did hear the floor target of 411,000 for the coming years, even though it might still go up or a little bit down, but that's the floor, right? So we do know that Canada is experiencing the population challenges and workforce challenges. So yes, we will be bringing more immigrants, according to the minister. But these couple of points that I just wanted to touch upon that were kind of stood out to me, and I think that they're important for the community that is following the developments in immigration. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you like what you hear and you enjoy the topics, please click that like button, subscribe. Until the next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.